Good evening, YouTube gang, and welcome to the channel. It's Nathan Vance again, coming back to you with another video. Do me a favor, subscribe to the channel if you're new, drop a like, and leave a comment. Today it is Friday, and it ain't just any Friday. You see the shirt, it's Cleveland Browns Victory Friday! Yes, sir, last night, Thursday Night Football, the Cleveland Browns doing battle with the hated rivals themselves, the Pittsburgh Steelers, at home on Amazon Prime. I want to say in front of a national audience. But Amazon Prime gets the networking rights to Thursday Night Football because Goodell wants money. But hey, it is what it is. I was still able to see the team get the job done. And, today we're going to go over a few key points, of what happened in the game. And so, yeah, starting with the running game, did its thing as usual. Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, proving why they are the best rushing duo in the league. Especially my man Nick Chubb. You saw what he did. You saw the way he was running the football. Has more 100-yard games since 2018 than any running back in the league. Running back number one. Let that be known. Derrick Henry who? And I want to also go over the guys on offense who have really been impressing me as of late. I know it's only been 3 games. And I want to get started with Jacoby Brissett, the starting quarterback. Now, I didn't know what to expect out of Brissett going into the year. We knew we were going to have to start him, because Deshaun Watson out for 11 games, because of his off the field transgressions. You know what I'm talking about. And given how his career has gone, since he's been in the league, just bouncing around as a backup, not just in New England, but also with Indianapolis and with Miami, and now coming here, I didn't know what to expect. But and like I said, it's only been 3 games, but I feel like what I've seen so far out of Brissett, since the Carolina game, has been impressive. I know, we don't talk about what happened in the Jets game. That's why I don't upload losses. And I kept my mouth shut all week after the Jets game. But, yeah, I liked what I saw out of Brissett. Did his thing passing the ball. Had only, 10 incompletions, I think. And, yeah, did his thing, in his own running game as well. Moving the ball on the ground. The other guy that's really been impressing me the most, and it's not really that much of a surprise, but Amari Cooper has been killing it in these past few games. In the span of 3 games, Cooper has amassed 19 catches, over 200 yards, and 2 touchdowns. All right. We saw how good he was in the Jets game, even though that's not something I want to talk about. But what he did today is continuing to cement why he is as good as he is. All right. And it's continuing to cement, wrong wording. It's continuing to make the trade that we got from the Cowboys look more and more like a steal. All we gave up was a 3rd and 5th round pick. You're for a guy who is an elite receiver. I don't care that Dallas was having a fire sale. You gave up a 3rd and 5th round pick for maybe a top 10, top 15 receiver in the league. And you look more like geniuses. So, yeah, let's all laugh at the Cowboys one more time. Eat shit, Jerry. But another thing I wanted to go over, the defense has always been a very big concern in these last couple of years. We had to revamp it, bring in new faces, fill the holes that we needed in the secondary especially, and in the linebacking core, which we did to an extent. John Johnson, not bad. Anthony Walker, Jadeveon Clowney. I know, the front seven's the front 4, isn't exactly that bad, but, when you line up alongside Myles Garrett, it's a perk. But, listen, the way the defense has started out this year has been horrifying. Horrifyingly bad. You have Joe Woods calling constant soft zone plays, all right? When you're constantly calling that, you're not going to get stops in the passing game. You saw that in week 2. You saw that in week 1. You allowed Carolina to get back in it. And granted, you won the game because Cade York knocked a 58-yard field goal. All right? You allowed the Jets, to come back from a 13-point deficit in the span of 2 minutes because of Joe Woods' play calling. All right? And this has been going on since 2020, since we brought him in. He's a Stefanski guy. We all know that. And this is nothing against Stefanski at all. But Joe Woods ain't it. All right? I still don't think he's it. Granted, I will say this, though. The defense stepped up when they needed to in this game. You know, they played... I saw a lot of good man coverage, being able to... What's the word I'm looking for? Jar the ball loose a few times when Steelers receivers were trying to secure it, even though George Pickens had like this wicked good catch. But one of my also big problems with the defense, and this is just from last night's game, was we weren't really able to generate that much pressure. Like for a good bit of the game, we made Mitch Trubisky look like Brady, even though he only put up just over 200 yards. Like this was just in the first half alone. Granted, like I said, we stepped up when we needed to. Shout out Jacob Phillips, by the way, for really making quite the impact when Anthony Walker and JOK went down with injuries. Also, I'm still pissed off at Chuck Okorafor for that dirty play on Walker. All right, you understand me? I'm still pissed off about that. All right? But at the end of the day, it don't matter because the boys in the brown and orange walked away victorious. 29-17. Like, it was 23-17 at like the end, but then when the Steelers were doing the whole like lateral reverse in the final seconds, they pitched it back. Ball ends up in the end zone, and we recovered it. And technically, it's a touchdown. So, you know what? I will take that gladly. And anytime, like I know it's rare, but anytime you see the Browns get a victory over the Steelers, it is just remarkably satisfying to get that win. All right? The Steelers have dominated the rivalry for years. I will self-admittedly say that. The Steelers have been dominating us. And we got bragging rights for this game. So guess what, Squealer Nation, you yinzers? We will see you in your house in Week 18 when we do battle with you. But for now, we got a long period of rest coming up. Week 4, we go to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. I'm super excited to see what's to come next week. I'm pretty confident we can get the job done. Atlanta has a tendency to choke. I don't see the Falcons winning this game. If they get out to a big lead, they will probably choke it away because for the sake of memes, they can't shake 28-3. You know what I'm talking about. So that's going to wrap things up today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Once again, I'm Nathan Vance, and I'm signing off. Peace.